Greetings. Well, how is everybody? Everybody having a good October 3rd? Good deal. Let's talk about the elephant in the room. Talk about the elephant in the room briefly. Shout out to Susan's Tarot. Susan's Tarot, she had some good stuff. Talking about gremlins and shit. That's always fun. And I want to tell you how much I appreciate the advice of observe and don't absorb. Because now it's time for us to use our own intuition. Let's make a wish, shall we? So, I just saw, here, let's back up. What have we talked about so far? We've talked about this body jumping entity. Grim Jinn is what it is. You're talking about the supernatural world. Anyway, so if we've already talked about these secret societies, these individuals getting together and playing with energy that they just, what's obviously smarter than them, it would definitely be energy that is smarter than them, and it's a backfire on a global level. So we can all agree on that. It's a backfire on a global level. I just saw something very interesting posted on YouTube, and I want to know what your thoughts are on it, because I know how you ladies say what you put out goes back on you, and I know how some people just really don't think about things until it's generally too late, and we don't know what kind of spirits of influence are affecting these entities that want absolutely nothing but destruction. However, on Twitter, I guess today, because he did say today's date, so it would have been on X. I still call it Twitter. I guess I'll call it X. I don't get on there. However, a creator that I do watch showed a post from President Trump. Now, granted, I really don't get into the politics, so I can understand that unless it directly affects me and the things that I've been talking about on this channel, because it would seem that Donald Trump posted something of a dark elite nature with the Grim Reaper today. So it's just what it is. Who knows what these people have done trying to affect another that could, possibly affect others. I know some of you ladies had said that the ancestors were guiding this situation. However, to see those synchronicities, Mystic Nine, and when she talks about the sun as an angelic Reiki master, talking about, do you see the angels surrounding this sun? Nothing's going to touch that. It makes me wonder about your president, because of whatever these individuals have done trying to affect another that could possibly backfire and cause harm to someone else. It's just what it is. Now, I don't know if we need to write the president and make a big deal out of something of a metaphysical nature that we really can't prove. Knock. I don't. My phone's over there. Run the time. Well, I guess it was 3:38, maybe. I don't know. But when you've got these 33 degree Masons, maybe they'll have some information on the subject, because when I hear you ladies say what you put out goes back on you, and then you've got these, dollar store kitchen witches playing with energies that they shouldn't play with, doing forbidden things that you would expect forbidden outcomes. And it could, I would think natural disasters would already be a matter of national security, but they didn't seem to matter too much about that. It's just what it is. I don't know. It's just, every time I see someone put out something now, I immediately think, like, oh, well, whatever they put out is going back on them. And how that affects, them and all involved, it's not my circus, not my monkeys. So that's what it is. I just thought I'd throw that out there. Thank you, Susan's Tarot. You're talking about gremlins and, telling the kids that, aren't that old, what Gremlins was as a movie. And we are moving into winter. Pretty strange things. It's just what it is. And anytime I hear these things, granted, I've cleared the energy from my space, but when readers are talking about, they're still sending energy and it bounces off of my diamond Merkaba, it's just what it is. I understand the whole see something, say something. And even though that didn't work for me, in New Mexico, New Mexico did get flooded, so, they received karma properly. But we want to balance out and eliminate as many of these problems as we can going forward. But it's just what it is. If I see somebody putting out something, that'll be going back on them. It's just what it is. It's kind of like what I think about an influencer. It's talking about the truth of NDEs. Unless they've had an NDE, how are they going to know the truth about it? With all this magic and shit backfiring. Anyway, I'm focusing on my protection. You really can't worry about others. Right? And this could all just take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. Just take what resonates, leave the rest for someone else. God is all that is. Angels, archangels, ascended masters, the divine white light. Ask that be a clear and infinite channel for your wisdom at this time for myself, as well as those I do readings for. Namaste. That's going to be the thing. If it has anything to do with money and power, when basically all of this karma and magic is backfiring over money, power, and greed, it's just what it is. We want the best for everyone. However, you you can't undo what's already been done. Isn't that what you lady said? Okay, that's what it is. And when you say everything before that was just warnings, okay, well then you would expect the warnings to be over if everything before that was warnings. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. I don't know. You tell me what you think. You tell me what your intuition says. With groups, gaggles, hives, and herds of these individuals and their magic backfiring, the things that they were used to doing are backfiring on them. Isn't that what we've already kind of agreed on? Isn't that what we're witnessing? Aren't we kind of seeing it play out before our eyes? Simple enough. And I know when you have, a spiritual master, leader, teacher, healer, whatever, that might be insignificant to some. So I would just say that these spirits of influence are stepping it up a notch. Thank you, Spirit. Simple enough. Britney Spears, come on, let's face it, she was pretty big at one time. However, you can't prove to me that that's not an entity backfire. They're trying to attach entities to these talented individuals over money. Okay, great. So when you say that and you see someone who is a talented individual, that's certainly what it is. You can't tell me it doesn't. What's wrong with Britney? Well, hell, go look at what an entity attachment does to someone, controlling them and making them act crazy and shit. They want you to look crazy. That's the steps they would take. Thank you, Spirit. That's what it is. I can't do anything about that. However, when I see a dark elite ritual type thing posted on X with a grim reaper passing a message, you got to think of that shit on a spiritual level. We have stepped into a completely different realm of reality. Let's face it. Thank you, Spirit. And left ear, yeah, past life. Listen about these past life energies coming back to haunt people. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. I can't do anything about that. What do we got? Yeah, there's an explosion party. That's what it is. Congratulations. Left brain, right brain, subconscious mind. Me, I'm going to go and enjoy some Friday night luxuries, I would assume. It's just what it is. I can't be worried about stuff that just doesn't pertain to me all of the time. But when I hear that, because I'm still looking for the Earth Angel that they threw the Jinn at. So if you got Jinn just running around loose on the planet like these ladies are talking about, if that shit's even true, spirits basically influencing these individuals to do things that they normally wouldn't do, so that the careful what you wish for aspect is at play. Cards in the upright. Yeah, did you see the whoop-de-doo? What do we need to focus on? Fucking the Fool. That's what it is. The Fool is upside down. God protects the Fool, and when the Fool is upside down, we need to focus on those who don't have spiritual protection. Simple enough. 10 of spokes. It is complete. What are the intentions? Those upside down intentions, which basically tells me 10 is completion, confirmation. What you put out goes back on you. It doesn't matter what the intention is. Well, I'm sorry, it does. Whatever the intention is, whatever intention you put out is going back on you because of whatever baneful shit these people have played with. Yeah, look, oblivious. We need to be aware of people oblivious to the karma at hand. There's an unseen force that's working through this situation. We have to have our wits about us. What do we need to remember? Death. Death is in the upright. Simple enough. People were playing with unalive magic. How does that affect the all that is? I mean, it's what it is. I can't do anything about that. What do we need to explore? The magician upside down. People playing with magic, and it's now backfiring, and it's going to create. When I hear a reader say, what did she say? She said unspeakable ancient chaos. Okay, well, if she's talking about unspeakable ancient chaos, and I believe in her, right? And you've got, it's what it is. I don't know what energies they were using. I mean, I've already, when you leave an INFJ to figure it out on their own, you'll take whatever puzzle I put together for you, post that, hang it up on the wall. Hey, look at that puzzle that's put together. It might be missing some pieces. It's not going to have any extra, but it might be missing a few. The Fool in the upside down position for our focus card. The Fool is upside down. The Fool, and it is. The Fool comes out without a number. That would be 0. That means the Fool is nothing is everything. God protects the Fool. So in this deck, it registers as a 0. The Magician would be the first card, number 1. In the upside down position, it's what, you can see him looking down. It looks like, what is that? Spilt over barrels and cars and shit. And there's a light at the end of the tunnel in the woods, but it is upside down. It's perfectly reasonable to fear the unknown, but it's worth asking yourself whether what you're really afraid of is not being in control. We're talking about spiritual entities controlling these people, making them do things that they normally wouldn't do so that they get I didn't expect that outcome of careful what you wish for. Life is filled with surprises, some larger and more terrifying than others, but you can't let that prevent you from forging ahead. Yeah, why you didn't fight for... Well, yeah, because you let the universe take care of it, right? You're getting involved in revenge on a destiny swap. No, you just speak your truth. Love, light, and truth set you free, and you call your energy back. Love, light, and truth set you free, and you call your energy back. Simple enough. Keep calling your energy back, speaking love, light, and truth. That's what it is, whether it be tough love, it doesn't matter. Love is unconditional. Right? That's the whole point of a light worker. If you've got now granted, when they're in my energy, I have to run them off because they shouldn't be in my energy. But if you have a perpetrator and a victim, you pray for them both. They know not what they do, and I'm sorry that happened. A lot of people don't understand that. They pick sides. Okay, great. You're picking a side of the wheel of karma. 10 of spokes. It's the energy that is in the cards right now. Is making someone fight for their destiny. How is that ever possibly going to work? That shit was over before it started. All they did was rack up karma and I guess teach me patience. Is what it is. Can't do much about that. What it is. The 10 of spokes increase things up to the point of national security issues. Upside down, 10 of spokes. Although you've done everything possible to build a harmonious relationship, something has changed, and you've been feeling uncoupled. Maybe you've been dumped outside of the mall. This may feel like a temporary bump in the road, but if you don't pump the brakes and examine what's going on, you're going to find yourself dealing with major repairs. Major repairs. Simple enough. You're not going to have the gin come up in shit's been coming up all year. But when it comes up twice in one day, and then I see your president putting out a post on Twitter involving money, you tell me what's going on. Simple enough. All I can do is tell you what I observed. I observed it, and if what you put out goes back on you, and you've got these individuals playing with energies that was forbidden, you can probably expect forbidden results. The spokes. The Six of Spokes for our awareness card in the upright. I call this card the Captain Oblivious card. The sweet sentimental nostalgia of the Six of Spokes may have you feeling like a kid at the fun fair. Like Alexia, this card invokes the innocence of childhood and the peace that comes with connecting to your past. Using past life energies against me was the dumbest possible thing these groups could have done. Simple enough. You're talking about a body jumper that influences people to make absolutely the wrong choice, so they get absolutely the wrong result that they wanted. That's what it is. I mean, you do your research and you tell me. This card invokes the innocence of childhood and the peace that comes with connecting to your past. Get yourself a cherry slushie. It's time to indulge in some simple pleasures. And I will be taking that advice. What is that? We want to go, enjoy some of the luxuries in life while we still can, with all of this weird shit going on. I mean, when she said 8 to 11 months of unseen forces working in the Earth Angel's favor, well, I mean, number one, I would want a present picture, a selfie of your president, so I can send him some protection, at least pray for him. That's what it is. But I mean, you can't challenge fate. That's what it is. Who knows what is going on? And maybe we'll get some things done after all. Maybe if the insignificant actions of these individuals playing with forbidden shit they never should have. That's what it is. What do we need to remember? The Death card in the upright. There is a transformation coming your way, and while it may not be as final as Barb Holland's, it will be life-altering. Death does not mean facing your mortality. It ushers in the end of a chapter in your life. Its passing can make way for bigger and better things that bring you closer to your ultimate goal. That's what it is. I mean, you've got people are upset because their blood sacrifice rituals didn't work. They've been doing animal sacrifice. They've been doing conjuring. They've been doing all of this weird shit. And every reader that's talking about that, it's around an earth angel energy because the light triggers their demons. Okay, great. So I'm looking for that earth angel with a light that triggers their demons. I have found several. We want several more because it's what it is. You guys should be informed, don't you think? Shouldn't you be aware of what's going on? Right? I mean, when a reader that I trust, that unmasks me like I was Zorro, and brings up someone that I know, that I have spoken with specifically about this entity attachment bullshit, and then tells me that that's the individual running around paying practitioners, well, she is a trust fund baby, so she could certainly afford it. And yes, I fucking reject trust fund babies and leave their asses in California. Yes, I do. The minute you start fucking talking to someone that ain't me, when it's just the two of us, and you're talking to the sky, just the two of us, I'm not your guy. Simple enough. That's what it is. That's why you start working on your astral sight, so you can see that energy before it sees you. The narcissist sees the INFJ before they see them. When these individuals are playing with God knows what. Simple enough. Thank you, Willow, for your question, and that's what it is. You're talking about something it's attracted to talented people in their passion, people who paint something and they get mad and get in heightened states of rage, heightened states of fear. They're afraid of their talent. They're afraid to get on stage. They're afraid to do this. They're afraid to do that. Cool. 3 ways that jinn enters your Holy Ghost or otherwise. 3 ways that entity enters your body. Heightened states of rage, heightened states of fear, and when you're in your passion. You combine all 3 together, you have activated the magic personality. It's what it is. So you have activated your soul's light on a positive or a negative scale. Just read about the shit. You're talking about a completely different realm of reality. Trying to explain a supernatural realm of reality to someone in this one never works out well. If they read it, once they read it, well, then now it's been read, and you can't unread something that you've read. And don't believe anything. That's the number one key. Your thoughts control your reality. Especially when it comes to this shit. And, it's what it is. I want to be wrong at all times. Keep that in mind, especially with them doing baneful magic and voodoo and all this dumb shit. You're talking about people that don't care who they hurt. You're talking about if they were to put someone, like a public figure, at risk, they would be fucking thrilled about that in the dark. You're talking like uniboomer type stuff, not baby boomer type stuff. Uniboomer. The Magician. And you're not going to have 2 readers back to back that I watch on a regular basis. Susan, because she sings to me, she does. When Susan's tarot sings Pisceanos, morning, it's just what it is. Me and Daisy dance to it. It's some good shit. The Magician in the upside down position. Are you feeling stuck? Struggling to make progress? Does it seem like your skills aren't being recognized, or worse, are being undermined? If this resonates with you, consider taking some time to explore exactly what is hampering you and work to dismantle it. What is hampering me? Number 1, knowing that someone has been named that I know that I don't have anything to do with. Not my circus, not my monkeys. But when you name somebody using baneful magic against an earth angel, okay, cool. So that's my birth chart, and I know the person. Simple enough. Okay, cool. So there's 2 things that no longer hamper me. The backfire hampers others. So do we only worry about ourselves, or do we still give a shit about others? And then Susan calling out gremlins, talking about how to handle the INFJ. That's what it is. And it's not like we're high maintenance spiritually. Yes, there are some rules. There are certain things that my energy affects people in ways they don't understand. The higher my vibration goes, the worse it gets for them. You're talking about us activating sunlight codes on a karma earth angel, the 8th house of death and transformation. When I say 8th house of death, that means putting a fucking end to your problems, not you. Putting an end to the energy. Getting rid of the message, the things that don't serve the energy between you and I put an end to that shit. Simple enough. Do you want things that fucking don't serve the energy between you and I still existing? Okay, great. I'll put an end to that shit. Am I alarmed? No. Should I be? Probably. You don't have synchronicities like that of grim jinn reapers, anti fucking leave it alone. Just read about it. You read about it and you tell me. When I see someone on a financial content channel talking about hidden messages being passed by the elites, when we already know that the elites used the jinn against the collective, and now that shit is backfiring on them, tells me all I need to know. If it's even true, take what resonates and leave the rest for someone else. That's what it is. You have said it. I agree with you. I just saw something. I said something. Who knows how it's going to work out? You've got people that what they're used to being able to do is having an adverse effect on them. Okay, great. That's what it is. There's a lesson in that. What is this trying to teach me? It's trying to teach me fucking 1 to 3, 6, 9. That shit's going to manifest in some form or another. It's what it is. I can't do anything about that. Anyway, y'all tell me. And a lot of this shit's going to be incredibly confusing the further along that we go. You're talking about a lot of energy in the collective with a lot of energy that shouldn't be in the collective added to it over destiny swap, over dumb decisions just made because they can. Okay, great. So you're telling me we've had death cult energy in the cards for how long? Cool. Do you think they matter what someone's position in life is? Ooh, as a mosquito comes back to the light. Simple enough. There you go. What is the spiritual meaning of mosquito? It is that season. Namaste.